I think the excellence of Knorr Bremse itself is sometimes a little bit underestimated because we have very, very solid pillars also of resilience. Because we have very, very solid divisions, rail and truck, good markets, good end markets. And also we see that now that market is slightly starting to catch up, yeah, we see strong benefits here.
Safety isn't negotiable, especially at scale. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk with Appeton here at the MKK in Munich. Now, when it comes to transportation, rail, commercial vehicles, the systems behind the scenes are actually what keep everything moving safely and efficiently. Knorr Bremse has built itself into a global leader in that space, engineering precision into every layer of mobility. And communicating a story like that to the market requires clarity and confidence. And joining me now is Senior Investor Relations Manager Sophia Kursawe. It's so great to have you here. And I think I got your name correct.
Yes, you did indeed. Thank you, Lyndsay. Thanks for having me.
How has the show been for you?
Good. Yeah, very nice. A lot of interest, and that's always nice because I'm never sure, do the people really know what we are doing? Yeah, because you don't see our products, unfortunately.
That's right.
You would have to turn around a truck or train, and since you don't
flip it upside down and all the things.
Yes, it's all about communication and telling the people.
Absolutely. So actually, that's a great place to start. Why don't you just give us a high-level, elevator pitch on what you do?
Yes, Knorr Bremse is the market leader, global market leader and innovation leader for braking systems and other safety-critical components in the rail and truck industry. As you rightfully said already at the beginning, the braking systems are super, super important. Yes, and I mean, you transport so many people daily within rail cars, which is why, of course, they need to function 100% at every time. Same for trucks, of course. Yeah, I mean, so many goods are being transported every day on the streets with critical goods also. Yeah, that's why, of course, braking systems are crucial for this.
Absolutely.
But also other door systems, for example, we provide energy supply. We use pneumatic systems, so we use air to brake our for our brakes. Yes, so this is a kind of a understanding of the product portfolio that we offer.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the rail and the global opportunity there, because the rail growth, China exposure, it's all signaling very, very different things. So on the rail side, where are you seeing the strongest opportunities right now?
Well, I mean, we are active globally. Yeah, the most important market for us really is indeed Europe. Yeah, because we see that Europe has a high focus on rail transportation. Keep in mind that rail is also the most eco-friendly mass mobility solution now and in the future. Yeah, so Europe extremely important for us. We see great initiatives here, both from the European Union, but also from Germany, for example, and Spain, for example, is a great rail market also. Also, China is a very, very big market for us. Of course, a lot of people there, a lot of transportation needs, quite an advanced rail system now.
Yes.
Yeah, really nice. Same for India, for example.
Oh, really?
Of course, big
Wow.
population. We have not been so super active in India in rail in recent years, but have a focus here on expanding, clearly. Not only on the market, we also see a great AI perspectives in India, by the way. And so overall looking good. I think rail really is so important. And
It really is. It is the foundation of transportation. Now, are you just doing passengers, or are you doing commercial as well?
we focus on rail on passenger business. So around about 80% of our rail revenues are in passenger business, 20% in freight. We feel good here. Yeah, I mean, passenger business is our core, I would say. But also we're doing couplers also for freight, for a freight area. So
Well, there's just so much happening with transportation now around the world, and it's affected, air prices. It's affected. So people are actually looking at alternatives.
yeah,
And so we all know safety never takes a holiday.
yeah.
So you're definitely in the market that's needed. There's no questioning that. Let's flip over to the truck side for you guys. Cyclical business. It's a reoccurring game for sure. How are you navigating the current truck cycle? I mean, how important is the aftermath in smoothing that through?
Yeah, well, I mean, truck cycle has been really bad. Yeah, let's say for the past 1.5 years, we have done a lot here really to adjust costs. Yeah, clearly, CEO, CFO, whole management team had a huge focus here. And also we see that now that market is slightly starting to catch up. Yeah, we see strong benefits here. And also, I think the team can be so proud of it. Our margin, of course, decreased, but it was still double-digit EBIT margin in the horrendous truck cycle. I think that is quite a success. Yeah.
Do you think that with things going on everywhere in the world, and we see water transportation right now with shipment, is it open? Is it closed? Is it open? Do you think that the trucking side will start lifting off a lot more because they have to look at these alternatives?
We believe that there should be a catch-up also in 2026 of the truck market. We don't see a sharp catch-up though.
Right.
Yeah. So we think it should be sequential over the quarters, and clearly second half of the year being stronger than the first half. Yeah, let's see. We at Knorr Bremse are a rather conservative company, I would say. Yeah, and we do have the EPA regulation in North America kicking in next year. Maybe we'll have some pre-buy effects here. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Now, let's talk about your platform strategy. Scaling across systems, that takes a lot of innovation right there. So how much of your growth is coming from platform approaches versus just your individual products?
Yeah, I don't really have a number for you here. Yeah, but of course we sell the whole system in the best case. And we also provide different segments that the customer can buy from us. And we see that, I mean, we have best relationships with all leading OEMs in both rail and truck. Yeah, that they really like our quality. Yeah, and the complexity that we can guarantee, and of course, also by the way, the guarantee that we can provide them with aftermarket parts going forward. I mean, lifetime of a train, for example, is 30 to 40 years. Lifetime of a truck, 10 years. So of course, a lot of needs there. Yeah, we have great product offering. I think customers really value that. I don't really have a ballpark number for you here.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, navigating through all of this, it comes with challenges as well. So what's something that keeps the CFO, CEO, what keeps them up? What keeps them like a little bit on their toes?
I think they are sleeping much better now than they have before, in recent years, because I think we've been in crisis mode for quite some time, starting with COVID. I think we navigated quite nicely through that, but also rail was a little bit impacted by COVID because people weren't riding trains anymore.
This is true.
And nobody ever thought that rail could be hit by anything like that. So I think that really is the one exception.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still navigated nicely through it. But then still also supply chain crisis, inflation and higher costs. So I think management really had a hard time back in the days. But they used especially the crisis in trucks, but also doing efficiency measures for rail to reduce costs. Yeah, and we will benefit from that further in the next couple of years. So operational excellence is important these days. And I mean, geopolitical situation is also difficult. We monitor closely, but nobody knows at the end of the day. Direct impact of such crisis on Knorr Bremse is luckily directly limited, because we have high localization rates, for example. We are close at the customers. We don't ship so many products all over the world. But indirect impact, we don't know.
100%.
Yeah. So let's see, any supply chain crisis or economic downturns coming with the, for example, a Middle East crisis, hard to predict.
Right, absolutely. What about your M&A strategy? I mean, you're doing a lot of growth through acquisitions for sure. What role does M&A play in your next phase of work?
M&A has always been quite important to Knorr Bremse, and will be also in the future, because we have very, very solid divisions, rail and truck, good markets, good end markets, but growth is limited in those markets. Yeah, so we say that we can grow 4 to 5% annually, but we would like to do more. Yeah, and we see that there is some attractive segments that we have within Knorr Bremse already. For example, signaling. We have a signaling business in the rail area. We have a little tiny bit of energy sales with a subsidiary within Knorr Bremse. We have good electronics business, for example. On the truck side, we focus on aftermarket. So those are areas where we would like to do M&A as well. If there's a good target coming up, we wouldn't do anything stupid, but M&A is clearly a lever for us to also create further growth going forward.
Let's talk about your investor base. You're a very strong company. You have lots of things in the bucket for sure. What is it that you think that the market just isn't understanding quite yet?
Good question. I think the excellence of Knorr Bremse itself is sometimes a little bit underestimated because we have very, very solid pillars also of resilience. Yeah, we have attractive end markets. We have high localization rates, meaning in crisis times, we are not as affected in this respect. We have a high aftermarket share. We have recurring revenues, plannable revenues, high margin revenues. And the excellence behind it really, I think, is sometimes underestimated. Yeah, and I don't know, the Boost program itself is so successful, and the efficiency measures, they will keep on running, and we will see further margin uplifts as well. Yeah, so we are actually looking in quite a good future.
In a good, positive way, for sure.
Yeah.
What can investors actually expect in the coming quarters?
We said that we would give new midterm targets at the end of July with our Q2 results. Yeah, we have currently midterm targets running out at the end of 2026. Yeah, and also our guidance for 26 is fully in line with those. Yeah, so feeling good about it. And then we will give new midterm targets. And I can't say so much about it, but both divisions should further grow.
Okay.
Yeah, especially margin expansion should continue. Yeah, and then we will also focus on growth also in terms of revenues.
So great. Well, one last question: where can we find you? Where are you trading, and what's your website?
So the company is called Knorr Bremse AG. We have a great investor relations website.
Great investor relations team.
Yes, it's quite a small team, but we are always quickly available. I mean, usually we say within 24, 36 hours you can get us. Yeah, at least for 30 minutes, something like that. So trading in Frankfurt Stock Exchange in Germany.
Okay, and sorry, what was your website?
Knorr Bremse AG. www. Knorr-Bremse.com.
Perfect. It's been such an honor and it's such a pleasure to speak with you.
Yes.
You are a wealth of knowledge. So thank you again, and do come back soon.
Thank you so much, Lyndsay.
Absolutely. This is a company with deep roots in global reach, and in a world that depends on mobility that matters. Knorr Bremse continues to be a name investors recognize for a reason. It's great to have Sophia here with us. Thank you again, and we'll see you all soon.